Devil's Third seems quite far along. Can you tell us how long it's been in development for?
It's still a baby. Maybe she started to walk, maybe, still in a dangerous stage.
So when about in the baby's lifespan are we going to be seeing the game released? Around Sweet 16 or midlife crisis stage?
No way, no, not midlife crisis, but maybe when she goes to preschool. I'm not sure if there's preschool in Australia, but I think it's probably around that time.
Now, traditionally your games have been quite violent. When designing them, do you ever worry that they'll be banned in other countries or edited, and during that editing process that the original game that you envisioned has lost translation to make it into those countries?
Of course, there shouldn't be anything that we lose in the editing process or any censor process, and so we're trying to accommodate all those worries and make sure that we don't get to that point. But we're making a game for the world audience, but in the world there are some region or some country where they're too sensitive to things like that, so we can't set the standards to meet their level. So because we're making a game for everyone globally. In the short trailer that you have released, which is the only footage of the game out there, you've got both sword and gunplay. Can you talk just a little bit or the differences between what the sword play will be like and the differences between that and the gunplay? Like between you and me, there's a distance. So the game will have different aspects in terms of the distance between characters. There is a different practical way of killing your opponent. Say martial arts, there's a certain distance for that. Certain distance for melee weapon to be used to kill an opponent, or gun could be more effective or practical. So depending on the distance between characters, the gameplay can be quite different. And at the same time, there's a horizontal aspects to it and also vertical aspects, height and low. So there are different way of making this game in terms of those aspects.
What are your trademarks when making an Itagaki game?
The games are very straightforward.
What Western games are you playing, and what do you think of Western games in general?
I just kind of started playing with them a little bit, but I think Modern Warfare 2 is a great game, and also Red Redemption. As far as Red Redemption is concerned, it's just so great because I've always liked the cowboy type of stuff in the first place, and I always like to break rules. So there's nothing greater about just shooting people around, regardless of the scenario or storyline. So I often become wanted in that game. And I played that game on my staff member's gameplay, so it goes into his record, so he doesn't like that.
Now, given the big push of 3D at the show, do you think 3D has any place in your games?
Yes, the PS3, in terms of technology, it's definitely possible to incorporate the 3D aspect. But at Valhalla Studio, we're already researching that.
Okay. Have you ever thought a game that uses a motion controller?
This particular game, I'm gonna stick to the traditional control, more classic kind. And the reason for that is because this is a shooter game with deep martial arts aspects and also very speedy melee combat, melee action. So I don't think we can achieve great stuff there using indirect input or control.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. I would love to go back to Australia again. I've visited there twice before. So after this, maybe I can visit Hamilton Island on my family vacation or something. So if you see me there, just say hi to me, okay?